Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill and Empire Fight Store. One of the men that I first done my sort of long stretch interviews with. It's been a little while, Ricky Hatton. How are you? Nice to see you again, my friend.
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Obviously, the lad's done the business tonight. You know, he's impressed again. I'm delighted, yeah.
Obviously, just how special is that in Manchester? Like I was just saying with him, look, it's hard when you start out and you live under the Hatton surname, but really is progressing now. A great stoppage tonight, and against, being all honesty, an opponent that it's hard to look good against, and he managed to get a good stoppage against him.
No, he was a nightmare. I mean, southpaw, he's all over the show. He's ducking down. He's not trying to win. He's just trying to sneak a few little shots in here and there. You know, it's... and he got caught with a few, but I mean, oh my God, you're gonna do, with someone like that. I think when you think of opponents to look good against, he's probably the worst one he could have had, and I think Campbell did as probably good a job as he probably could have, as he could have done. For me, the main difference was he always normally starts off patient, and then after 3 or 4 rounds, his head falls off, and it's left and right and left and right and left and right. But today he showed his patience. He got caught with a little couple, but he still kept on the jab, still kept the steady pressure on, and I think the old Campbell Hatton would have stuck the place out against him tonight. But now he's improving, and it's still a long way to go. But I'm delighted tonight. That could have been a disaster tonight with that style of opponent, and it wasn't. It was the opposite.
Ricky, we look back to Gibraltar and we see just how much it means to you now. It's becoming more of a regular occurrence, but Manchester Arena, the hometown, seeing your son be out there under the lights, it must be so special.
I always get emotional, whenever he comes out and the blue moon comes on, but just before when I first got here, I said I'm walking down to the bar, just gonna get a quick pint, and I just get emotional walking through the arena, me. And then you always get emotional when the blue moon comes on, but when he fights here and it comes on, it has a little bit, because this was where my greatest night was. I had so many WBU title defences here, which got me ranked to where I was. It's always a very, very special place, and so and knowing that it's always, like Campbell said, it's a special place for him. And I think to be anyone, because of the fights that have been here and I think any Manchester boxer that gets the chance, anyone, not just Ricky Hatton or Campbell, any Manchester boxer, it's all because of the fights that have been here and the history that's got. It's always a special place for a Manchester boxer to come, and for me, it's I always get more emotional when he fights here than anywhere else.
Well, Ricky, we know sort of you've left it to Matthew doing all the training side of stuff. With Campbell, but being able to see it now, you sort of spoke about maybe having an opponent like that earlier on in his career. He may have stunk the place out, using your words. Now you're in an opportunity where you really are seeing clear progression, and it's not just a gimmick. He is a novice pro, but it's coming along and it is coming into tuition now. And Southpaw is great learning experience.
You're genuine boxing fans, and I mean, like, genuine boxing fans. We're in the world of this, social media and that, and you're always going to get people that will stick the knife in, and and sort of like say, oh, he's not improving and that. Them early fights when he had a few little. Where he was winning and looking good, and but I mean, he wasn't really setting the house alight. But I mean, what do you expect? You know what I mean? It's a learning curve. What do you expect? He's had no amateur fights, this and like that, and then you get these knobheads that were pointing the finger. And he took it on the chin. He's not bothered no more. As long as I'm happy, as long as Matthew's happy and Eddie's happy, those are the people that you need to impress. It's not them, dicks behind the keyboard. You know what I mean? But like Campbell touched on there, he said the high percentage of feedback now is all positive. Is all positive. You know what I mean? And listen, he's in the hardest game in the world with the surname that he's got, and instead of he deserves a pat on the back rather than a knife in the side. You know what I mean? He's got in the hardest game of all, and he's took it on the chin, and he's improving, and I think he speaks for me, Matthew, the whole family. Couldn't be prouder.
Well, Ricky, to have you in front of me and not ask you a few questions about the world of boxing as a whole would be stupid, but I will keep it brief so you can get to enjoying this moment with your son. Tyson Fury, this week he has been rumoured to fight Jai Opetaia, Alexander Usyk, Dempsey McKean and now Anthony Joshua. Public are getting a little bit tired of all the call-outs and just want to see the fights come into tuition. Your thoughts on it all? Do you believe? I mean, I remember speaking to you back in 2021 about the prospect of Fury AJ. 2023 now. Do you believe it all?
I don't know what to believe, but the boxing has changed so much. From back in the day. I really haven't got an answer. I don't know, to be honest. I think we've seen a couple of fights. Lately. The best need to be fighting the best, because you've got the UFC, the mixed martial arts, and you've got these YouTubers going forward, and because the main fights where the best are not fighting the best in boxing, especially in the heavyweight division, which you're talking about, I think it's damaging our sport. To be honest, I think we're getting left behind a little bit. What happened to the days when you wanted to be the best in the world? Now it's just whatever numbers you get or anything like that. But I think I know Tyson, and I think that he before he retires, he want to fight the best, and I think it'd be a crime, for him if he didn't fight Usyk or he didn't fight AJ. The biggest fights, in British boxing history if he fought AJ, and the Usyk thing, and it just you don't know what to believe now because there's everything's structured and set on to try and make a fight. It's a little bit, the game's it's gone a little bit fake for me sometimes, and I just hope Tyson, I know Tyson wants to get these fights done, and I hope he gets his dream and gets it nailed on. To be honest, it's just. You don't know what to believe in this game of ours now. It's not what it was a few years ago.
All right, Ricky, just finally from me, the gym, I managed to catch up with Brad Ray yesterday. He's back punching, sparring. Chloe Watson got a fight date announced. Everyone seems in good spirits. Brett McGinty, I caught up with him. I know he's over for a week training as well. Everything flowing good and enjoying everything? Yeah,
it's great in our gym at the minute. I mean, we're hoping that Brett McGinty can get a Gaelic title in his next fight. We're working on that. Chloe Watson is, I think she's potential is, she can be a world champion. I think she can go all the way. We've got, Jack Murphy and Bayan Kelly who have only had 2 fights today, but they're unbeaten prospects. The gym's just bouncing, and they're all bouncing off each other. It's great. I remember it's. They're not champions. They're all like unbeaten prospects. I know Brad's lost one, and Ibby's lost one, but they're all on they're all at similar stages of the career, so they're all bouncing off each other, and it's like a family now in our gym. It's like It's like when we used to be in the gym with me and Paul Smith and Matthew Macklin and Michael Gomez and Anthony Farnell. It's like a family, and it's nice to see them all, how they're all bringing each other on, because even though they're not champions presently like we were back then, they're all at the similar stage of the career, and I think every one of them at whatever level will have a belt of some sort around the waist in the future.
Well, Ricky, look, always a pleasure. There's a lot of whispering going on behind me, so I want to make sure everyone can enjoy this moment.
Likes you. That's what it is, Parsons. No one likes you. Don't say it to your face.
Ricky Hatton, top man, always a pleasure, mate. Thank